Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad from Radko, and in this whole video we're going to look into Libra Sun, Libra Moon, and as well Libra Rising weekly general tarot reading June 7th up until June 13th, 2021. And should you be interested in a personal reading with me, guys, or if you do want to take my tarot classes, you can check out the description down below, and there you're going to find a link to my website where you can view and purchase either or both of these services. So with that being set aside, moving straight away to the, oh, I almost forgot. If you do want to catch me live, because I have moved my live streams from Facebook to YouTube, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell as well. So with that being set aside, moving to the Libra General Tarot reading of the week, and the first card that we do have for you, Libra, that is going to be the Hangman, followed by the second card, which stands as the King of Swords. Moving next, we do have a Judgment. Then the fourth card of your spread here is going to be the Five of Swords. And the last card of the spread itself is going to be the Nine of Swords. So the week is going to be, I can't say really a rough week, okay? Because the things for you are going to be set into stir. And I like the sense that nothing is moving around is no longer going to be there. That being said, though, also as such a state is going to bring up to certain resolutions in your life, career-wise and as well relationship-wise, the way that the stir is going to take place, at least at the very initial stage of it, may not be the way you would prefer to have the stir coming around. So we are starting here the week for you with the Hangman, and right at the start of the week you are going to have that, how can I say, a gray impression of the life around you. That is because when the Hangman is at place, nothing really is moving around, and the more you try to alter your things, the more you try to push things forward, the worse the situation becomes. So at the start of the week is going to be best for you, Libra, if you do just trust the course of the universe, so to speak. The Hangman is usually taken as a very negative and grim card from unexperienced tarot readers, because pretty much there is no progress with it, but that is because the Hangman is the card pointing that the progress needs to happen on its own accord, or in other words, you did everything you could, okay? Everything, how do you say it? I forgot the English word. Everything, I will say it that way, everything positive, benign, everything benign that could be done, all right? And from now on, trying to do anything else, it is just the negative side of the matter or the noxious side of the matter. So it is best if you do stay put. The Hangman, it is a simultaneously a breakthrough and as well a test, all right? A test of how can I say, how I would say how much you deserve one thing that you're striving for. Do you have the patience for it? And it is a breakthrough because simply things are going to start resolving themselves on their own accord. If you have your calmness, if you do have your cool, if you do not waver, right? If you do not panic and start doing frantic things around. Now, that just because things are not moving around, that doesn't mean that nothing is happening. Actually, big processes are going to start happening within you, and it's very likely that under the energy of the Hangman, you're going to start looking at your life in a very different spotlight, from a very different perspective. Just like here, the man dangles on the tree, sitting upside down, seeing the world from a very different angle, and the same thing, it's going to happen to you as well. And right after that state of, say, peacefulness, because this is the way I look at it, unless you do not waver, King of Swords shows up. That is a person that steps up for you. It could be somebody you know, or it could be somebody brand new. And that person here brings the resolution I spoke about at the start of the reading, the resolution of things. So King of Swords, these individuals, they are very practically oriented in a sense of that for them, everything that takes place in their life needs to make sense. They have no time to waste for a shenanigans. They have no time to waste for a meaningless endeavors. Like taking a drink after work, for them, meaningless thing. Nothing comes out of it, all right? So they don't do that. These people, like I said, very professional, and their strength or their mojo, if I may say it that way, it is to transform solutions into a very powerful actions. Or rather like very effective measures and very effective actions. And what is going to happen in between you and them is that you are going to analyze, both of you are going to analyze your situation. And a way through that situation is to be found. You are having, I don't know, legal issues. The way out of those legal issues is to be found by your new lawyer, for example. Okay, you have medical issues, your new physician is going to resolve those. So, or is at the very least is going to find out what is wrong with you and assign a proper treatment. I will draw one more card here just to be able to tell you a bit more about the King of Swords. And it's definitely, this person isn't there for the money. Definitely that person is not like seeing the endeavor in between you and them as a something that they're gonna benefit from. For them, it's an honor, courtesy to do it, all right? It's something that they feel, how can I say, ordinary to do. It's not like it's very difficult to describe it. That person isn't there to use you. That's what I'm trying to say, and that speaks even more for their professionalism. So with that being said, after this person shows up, you do analyze, your problems, and then a way through these problems or a solution to these problems is to be found. We do have the judgment manifesting for you, Libra, and the judgment speaks that it is just a confirmation to the analysis that you are going to make with the King of Swords. And it's a confirmation that is not just only the right path moving forward for you, career-wise, relationship-wise, about your legal issues and so on and so forth, but it is the only way, okay, where you are going to bring up all the things together, and you are going to, how can I say, do the right thing, if I may say it that way. On a more practical level though, okay, under a practical level, I mean a very ordinary things that everybody is going through here. These three cards, okay, so these three cards as a string may speak about a reunion with somebody you had a thing before, okay? They may speak about that. And if that's the case, this reunion is gonna make too much sense for you, in the sense of that it will be the only thing that makes sense that you can do in regards to your personal life, okay? That's what the cards are pointing. But all in all, for you, Libra, towards the middle of the week here, it does look like that whatever your concerns are about setbacks and about obstacles, about influences which are holding you back, those concerns are going to be resolved. And right after the resolution of these concerns, the Five of Swords starts to happen. And we have to backtrack a little bit when we do have the Five of Swords in such a follow-up, and pretty much speaks that these setbacks, okay, and these, how can I say, these obstacles of yours have been inflicted upon you because of your old ways, okay, because of the way you dealt with, for example, your career, dealt with life in general. You fell sick, for example, it is because you did not care for yourself. You were a workaholic. That is just for example, okay? And the Five of Swords unfortunately shows here that after you do resolve your things, you're gonna get back to your old ways. And very soon after that, you're gonna see the same symptoms coming up, which means that here within the Hangman, like I said, that you need to see the world in a different way. You did saw it. It is just something does not allowing you, or you became ignorant to it, and you are not kind of like going forward with these new ways, but instead with the Five of Swords, you are getting back to your old ways, okay? And that is going to be very quickly fixed when you do reach the end of the week of the Nine of Swords, and that is where you are gonna become scared, okay? You are going to pretty much become fearful about the old obstacles, the old predicaments are re-emerging again on the surface, and that at that point you have to definitely change, you know, the way you interact with the world in general. So this week it's a week about the transformation for you, Libra. It's a week where you will pretty much have to adopt a way to deal with your stuff, in a sense of dealing with your stuff in career and dealing in your stuff in a relationship that is going to work for you and is not going to reflect your well-being, because for what it seems up until this point, it does reflect your well-being for one or another way. And that could be something as simple as a diet, for example, that it is not reflecting you in a very how can I say, in a very healthy way, okay? Or it could be as severe as I said, illness that you think you may deal with it on your own, but you can't, and you have to go to a physician, right? And so on and so forth. Important thing to know here before I wrap this reading around, it is that we don't know everything. You do not know everything, and whenever you do face a challenge, especially these kind of challenges or these kind of predicaments, which are making you feel that there is no way forward, that making you feel helpless, you definitely need to look for a professional help, because the King of Swords, it does express exactly that you need a professional help if you want to speed up the process of recovery, the process of a recuperation. And towards the end of the week, it's very possible as well that you may face some kind of it's not arguments, but let's say rude behavior of the people around you. And at these stages as well, you will recognize who your friends are, right? And you will recognize whom is worthy for your trust and who isn't. And you should not feel regrets should you have to sever certain relationships and certain connections, because what you are risking here is being humiliated, okay? Because if you do place your trust into somebody that can give you bad advice, or that can straight away betray your trust, humiliation is imminent. So with that being said, Libra, this was your weekly general tarot reading, guys, for a June 7th up until June 13th, 2021. I hope you enjoyed it and you do liked it, and we are to see each other next time. Until then, bye.